Global, the Kingslayers against ABC. And you know what? If we got to identify these guys as one thing, they are the geniuses. They have the comps. They're able to break them out all of the time. But the big question that I have for you guys is if it will be enough to counter the comps that we are actually going to see out of Panda Global. My name is Rich Campbell, and I am joined on the desk by Venruki and Supatees, along with Zico, for all the analysis. So we're going to kick it off with you, Zico. We already heard from ABC that one of the teams they were the most scared of was Sneaky Snakes. Do you think that Panda Global will be able to mirror those scary comps that Sneaky Snakes had and play them into ABC?
So what we've seen so far from ABC is that they like to play that Arcane Mage. They play it phenomenally. They play it with Resto Druid, and they like to play for the late game a lot of the time. But what the Sneaky Snakes were bringing to the table that made them struggle very hard was that Discipline Priest in Amne providing that offensive dispel. Now, on Panda Global, we got Rubcub. If we see Rubcub on that Holy Paladin, I think it's going to be an easy game for ABC. However, the Rubcub on Shaman has been phenomenal throughout this tournament, and that also provides with the Purge, provides with a lot of that utility that you need. So I want to see Rubcub on Shaman, and I think that this could be anybody's game.
One thing that will definitely change the tide of this match just a little bit, unlike our other matches, this one is going to be a best of 7 because it is that grand final. Now, Venruki, how do you think that will actually affect the game?
Well, we're going to see a lot more of these unconventional maps sort of played out. In this tournament, we haven't seen too much of Blackrock Hold, Blade's Edge Arena in a best of 7. These teams really don't have any choice unless they're able to close it out early. They will get uncomfortable on some of these unconventional maps.
Yeah, if this is your first chance actually getting to watch World of Warcraft Arena, map pools always play out in a very similar way. Basically, every time a map is selected, it is removed from that map pool, and you have to choose from one of the maps that is remaining in the pool. But the first game, every time, going to be starting off on Na Grand Arena. It's a blind pick. So these teams have no idea what the other team is going to have in store for them. Sid, what do you expect to see going into this blind pick?
Well, I'm cheating a little bit because I can see it, but they're both compositions that we haven't seen very much on the tournament stage, but have been successful when they are played. And really, Panda Global, they've been all about aggression. Rubcub is probably one of the most offensive healers in the game right now, and he will run you down with Purges, with the Avenger Crusader on Paladin, and he's not afraid to get in your face. ABC need to do their best to keep Rubcub out of this fight, or else Panda Global are going to run them over.
Yeah, Rosita Jones, Jellybeans, and Rubcub have been playing phenomenally in this tournament so far. They were the ones to take down Method Triforce, the 2-time BlizzCon champions. They've definitely earned their place in this finals. We have 10 seconds before this game gets underway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the grand finals at BlizzCon. We're about to deem a new champion. Who can take it here today? ABC versus Panda Global, the comeback kings, the God Slayers themselves. This fight is about to start.
Yeah, Rosita Jones looking to get aggressive very early on onto Alec, who's kiting back. Nice defensive play coming in from Nixie with that Incapacitate. Rosita Jones still hasn't used any of his offensive cooldowns. That's a bursting shot onto Asgroth. Preemptive Iron Bar, but still not too much used. Nixie's going to commit the leg sweep onto Jellybeans and Rosita Jones. A little bit of pressure onto Jellybeans. Alec getting caught into that in prison, so he's not going to be able to get out too much damage.
Yeah, it seems like Panda Global are just trying to keep Alec on the back foot as Rosita is chasing him down for the hunt. Temporal Shield activated, absorbing some damage, and will heal him back to full quite easily. Nice interrupt there by Rosita. On point, instant Arcane Missile interrupt. Need to stop that channel as much as possible. Rosita still leading the charge. Jellybeans moving for some crowd control. Asgroth displaces away, avoiding the crowd control. Now Jellybeans under fire, dipping dangerously low, trying to kite away. Rubcub needs to pick him back up in a hurry. He's definitely afraid of Alec blinking in for a counter spell, but he's positioned well. Jellybean starts to stabilize. Rosita jumps in. Jelly secures the trap. Rosita just needs to get some uptime. Trinkets aggressively. All out aggression onto Alec. Once again, tons of damage, forcing an ice block very early on.
Yeah, and Arcane Mages only have that one ice block, so this is very dangerous for Alec. Rosita Jones now out of that Metamorphosis, so his damage is going to fall down a little bit. Asgroth getting interrupted, getting swapped to a little bit of pressure over onto him, but he's able to easily top himself off. Iron Bar toss over onto Alec. Jellybeans and Rosita Jones looking to push in, commit this damage, and take Alec down, but Alec doing a good job kiting so far, getting interrupted, caught in the middle of the map. Asgroth just spamming out those heals over and over, trying to keep him alive.
Yeah, Rubcub's burned a lot of mana to stay aggressive. They probably have one more attempt to kill Alec before Rubcub burns the rest of his mana. They need to time the crowd control, precisely. Asgroth is kiting away. They know all they have to do is drag this out a little bit longer. Asgroth needs to stay as far away from Jellybeans as possible. Alec needs to avoid as much damage as possible. But right now in the middle of the map, this is going to be a favor. The binding shot, unfortunately, the trap misses by a moment. Capacitor Totem, though, to follow. Will Jellybeans have the crowd control? He needs to finish off Alec. Rosita reconnects. They've ran out of crowd control. That binding shot knock trap missed by Jellybeans cost them the opportunity to win the game, and now Rub comes out of mana.
Yeah, Jellybeans, that was his true shot aura as well. If he had landed that trap, that could have easily closed it out. Alex still has his arcane power available, Serenity available for Nixie. Jellybeans going to be in a lot of trouble, or Rosita Jones. Both of them do not have trinkets, and that's not a thing you want to do against a Windwalker Monk. They can catch him in the full stun, but the full trap over onto Asgroth. He actually preemptively Iron Barks. This is key to keeping Alec alive.
Yeah, now Alec wants to turn up the heat, popping that arcane power, flanking back, trying to bait Rosita behind the pillar. Nixie needs to combo well together with him. They're not getting anything done with the Serenity there. It was a bit of a botched attempt by ABC. You can tell that the stress is on. Rubcup was trying to sit down for a drink. Nixie denies it. If Rubcup can find any mana from drinking, he's going to start pressing that purge button again, and Alec will be in trouble. I would like to see Rubcup look for those more often, but right now he's caught into a stun. Rosita is dipping low, but he's still keeping up the chase. Alec retreating away, but now caught into the Chaos Nova. Nemesis shortly going to be available. Times that Temporal Shield to absorb the pressure. A Temporal Shield perfectly timed. That heals him back to full. Now Jellybeans is getting bursted down. He's going to trade out Exhilaration, get his heals back up, but Aspect of the Turtle has to be used as well. Rubcup is almost completely tapped on mana. Can Panda Global keep up the aggression, Vinerki?
They have one more chance. It's that Nemesis from Rosita Jones. Once he decides to use that offensive cooldown, you can see it in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that red icon. He uses that onto Alec, and Alec cannot get away. It's going to be a tremendous amount of pressure. They just need one clean CC chain onto Asgroth. Nixie taking a little bit of pressure, caught into the imprisonment, trying to slow down some of those incoming heals. Asgroth positioned in the middle of the map right now. Alec doing his best to kite away. Jellybeans could be in a little bit of trouble. That's a paralysis over onto Rubcup. Doesn't look like there's going to be any follow-up CC. There's a trap. Jellybeans just tosses the trap over onto Asgroth. Alec needs to be able to keep himself alive, but he lands a perfectly timed polymorph on Rosita Jones, slowing down that Nemesis damage. Once again, Alec stalling at this game beautifully.
Mark of Alaneth has been casted by Alec. Jellybeans will be under fire. Rubcup deflects with the well-placed Earthen, and now Panda Global look to reverse. Alec Temporal Shield. He needs to cut. He needs more time. They're racing against the clock. They don't have enough damage to put him down. Now they're still keeping up. Chase. Alec retreats away. Asgroth repositions. Rubcup is tapped on mana. Can he keep Jellybeans going? Does he have the gas in the tank to fight this out? Alec now popping arcane power. Huge burst available. Missiles flying. Interrupted instantly by Jellybeans. These instant interrupts on Alec are the only reason Panda Global can stay in this fight. Asgroth now is soaking an interrupt. Alec looking for polymorphs, gets imprisoned on it. Rubcup's trying to retreat and drink away. They're crowd controlling Nixie to let Rubcup get a drink. He needs this. Rubcup needs this. Is he going to get it? No! He didn't get enough mana at all. Now his purges are not going to be the factor to end the match. They set that up so well, but unfortunately Rubcup just couldn't get the mana back in time. Fortunately, though, Asgroth has burned through a lot. In the meantime, this is still anyone's match.
Yeah, Alec in a lot of trouble. Temporal Shield has been used. He has 15 seconds left on that ice block. Jellybean's going to be popping that true shot aura as well. Rosita Jones has that demon form available, so he can use that. That's going to empower his damage a lot. Double Chaos Nova going to be coming in onto Asgroth as well as Alec. Rosita Jones, though, realizing he's in trouble, having to play a little bit of defense, stalling out the game, coming back so Rubcup can actually land out those heals. Alex getting some nice CC out. Nixie taking a little bit of damage. Asgroth, like you said, though, is almost completely tapped on mana.
Yeah, Rubcup's moving up. He's on top of Asgroth. Looks like Panda Global want to get something done. Jellybeans, though, caught in that leg sweep. Trinkets instantly. Needs maybe a bit more than that. Feign Death into the Fist of Fear. Rubcup caught in the bash. Asgroth looking to follow up. Needs to fake cast the interrupt, so doesn't want to risk it. They go for the Paralyze instead. Is that going to be enough to force the Aspect of the Turtle? Instant silence on those missiles. Panda Global are shutting down Alec very well. Rosita pulls the trigger, but gets polymorphed on it. Metamorphosis has been wasted now for Rosita. That huge burst moment completely controlled by Alec. The healers are tapped on mana. We're just setting into dampening. Who's going to come out ahead? Ice block available. I feel like ABC are favored now.
ABC's doing a tremendous job with that Mage Druid crowd control, but Alec getting lower and lower. Rosita Jones uses that Nemesis. A lot of bursting coming onto Alec. Nice imprisonment on that temp shield, denying that incoming healing. You look at Rubcup, he's actually sitting down for a drink right now. This is beautiful. If he can sit down for a drink, it's going to be perfect. But Nixie realizes the situation, stops that. But in the meantime, he's not really able to peel for Alec. Asgroth completely tapped on mana. Alec trying to create as much pressure as he can. Full bash over onto Rosita Jones. That was Mark of Alaneth as well. Stun onto Jellybean. Serenity going to be available in 15 seconds for Nixie. That's a huge burst opportunity. Jellybean's getting lower and lower. Rubcup sheeped in the middle of the map. ABC looking to close out this game. Aspect of the Turtle's going to be traded out.
Yeah, and now with Ice Block available, Alec's going to be comfortable. Jellybeans is trying to set up some crowd control to force that Ice Block. Full stun into no trap available, I guess. Now he's paralyzed away. Alec is kiting behind the pillar. Alec in a good defensive position. Rubcup got a little bit of mana. That's enough to maybe do 3 purges. He needs to precisely time these purges. He's going all out right now during the downtime of the Iron Bark, but there's not enough damage to back it up. Asgaroth is getting cleaved down a bit. I think that's smart play from Panda Global. Spread their pressure out. They can keep Asgaroth on the ropes with about basically 0 mana. Alec is just getting free casted on. Jellybeans is unleashing the assault. It seems like Rosita getting crowd control by Asgaroth, though, isn't able to support Jellybean's damage. In the meantime, Nixie is pressuring Rubcup. It's a bit interesting. Now they're going to cycle him out of the stun. Rosita is going to swap to Asgaroth with a stun of his own. Huge burst with that Fury of Illidari. Nixie shuts him down. Asgaroth tries to escape behind the pillar. He's completely tapped on mana. Rosita looks like he might gun down for a healer kill. Imprisons him. Rubcup jumps right on top of Asgaroth, setting up to get the kill out of the imprisoned. Rubcup gets bashed away. Jellybeans is in trouble now. Spirit Link told him to stay aggressive. At this moment, we're on the final legs for both sides. Asgaroth retreating back behind the pillar. Panda Global all dangerously low HP. Rubcup with no cooldowns to recover from this situation. It's all or nothing at this point for Panda Global.
Yeah, Rosita in that metamorphosis right now, still trying to pressure down Asgaroth. Barskin is available. Darkness has been dropped by Rosita Jones. That should be enough to stabilize them for a little while. Nemesis almost back up, but it might not be enough time for Rosita Jones to actually get that off. He's getting pressured down so much. Caught into the stun, getting lower and lower. Rubcup gets interrupted. Can ABC claim their first game? Rosita Jones gets interrupted. Still trying to kite away. Rubcup keeping him alive by a miracle. Nixie getting lower and lower. He still has a touch of karma, though. He's going to be completely safe.
Yeah, touch of karma will secure Nixie's life. And now Rubcup is against the ropes with nothing left in the tank, doing his best to stay in this fight. Can they do it? Everybody topped off for ABC.
Oh, Nixie!
Can they do it? Nixie needs to be careful. If he overextends, he's going to throw the fight. Rubcup gets locked out, and Alec is looking to secure the game. Rubcup goes down. Nixie looking like he can fall as well, but at this point, even if Nixie goes down, ABC are surely going to win. And yes, ABC claimed game number 1 of this best-of-7 finals at BlizzCon.
ABC going to secure the blind pick here, and they do it with that Arcane Mage again, Zico.
I love the Arcane Mage pick. I love watching Alec play it. They're playing so safe. Alec and Asgaroth constantly switching side on the map. Beautifully done. And I also want to give a big shout out to Nixie because he was on point stopping Jellybeans time and time again when Jellybeans was trying to push in and land that trap.
Compositions are going to be huge here, though. Do you think that we actually see this Arcane Mage and Windwalker again? It's been a lot of what we have seen recently coming out from ABC, Benruki.
Well, ABC, they've been playing Rogue, Arcane Mage, Resto Druid, Windwalker, Arcane Mage, Resto Druid. The Arcane Mage, Resto Druid, big theme for this team at this BlizzCon. I think the Windwalker Monk is a very safe choice into Panda Global. Panda Global, I think they're going to be looking for a smaller map going into this blind pick, this draft. It's going to be interesting to see what composition they decide to go with. Maybe Rosita Jones opts to get off the Demon Hunter, go back to that Death Knight on the smaller map. Maybe they'll have enough pressure that way.
Let's take a look at how everything did shake out, though, in that first game. Zico, did anything catch your eye?
Absolutely. We got some replays coming from that game. And before we get into those, I want to just quickly set the tone here. We got the side of ABC, they just want to survive. And then the side of Panda Global, they want to land those traps, typically off a stun or a bursting shot. And if we roll the clip right now, we can actually see one of those moments. As you can see, Jellybeans here interrupting Asgaroth, moving in for that trap in a second right there. And then look at that bursting shot right there. Asgaroth blinking away from that, avoiding that crowd control. Whenever someone does a play like that, that's 30 seconds added on the clock. And then here we actually see a successful trap onto Asgaroth, and this is what happens if they manage to land the trap. Immediate Icebox force. And then here we see another stun into bursting shot. And take a look at Nixie right there. That paralyzed onto Jellybeans prevents him from getting that trap onto Asgaroth, which means that that's another 30 seconds added to the clock. And every single time you see a play like this happen, that's what happens. And then here we also got the double Chaos Nova, and then follow that up with the double bursting shot. However, as soon as that double Chaos Nova landed, Alec already pre-temporal shielded, so he was safe from that play. And then here, no mana left in the tank. The clock has been ran, and Panda Global, unfortunately, goes down in game number 1.
Well, after watching those key moments, definitely want to know what you at home think. Who do you think is going to be able to take this one? You can place your vote in Twitch chat with either hashtag ABC or hashtag PG, depending on which team you think will take it. We have the advantage of being at BlizzCon right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think that it's going to be ABC, make some noise. Oh man, we got an NA crowd here. If you think Panda Global is going to be able to take this one, give them your energy.
And look at that poll as well. 49% in favor of ABC, 51% in favor of Panda Global. Even Twitch chat is very undecided.
Yeah, we got some EU people hanging out in Twitch chat. I think our BlizzCon audience is pretty NA heavy here, Zico. But the big question that I have to ask you guys now that we have already seen these comps play out, what do we expect to see actually go down in game number 2? Because now we know that Dalaran Sewers is going to be that map selection.
So I want to see Resto Shaman, Hunter, Feral come out of Panda Global. That is their overall best choice against anything that ABC wants to do with an Arcane Mage. You have the Feral Druid, max range. Even if he gets kited, which is very hard in the first place, he will still have those bleeds ticking in and doing a lot of damage. You also still have Rubcup being able to purge, and then Jellybean still landing those traps.
So one of the big things with Panda Global, we've seen them pick up a lot of these wins with all-in strategies. Now, Supatees, during that last match, you had to go full Rap God. I'm going to be completely honest. It was back and forth throughout the entire game. Now, do you think they're going to try to go all-in yet again?
I think it's Panda Global's best shot. The most games that North America has won in this tournament have been all-out aggression. If they focus on defense, Europe always out-attritions them. So going offense, offense, offense is probably the only answer for Panda Global. I don't think they should let anything stop that. They were very close in that last game. Maybe if they make swaps to the Monk earlier on, they can catch him with no touch of Karma deep in the dampening. Regardless, Dalaran Sewers is a very small map. It would set up well for the Feral Druid to have good uptime on the Arcane Mage if they opt to change to the Jungle Cleave. But Rosita has been playing phenomenally, and yeah, they're not going to be subbing out Rosita Jones anytime soon. Here we go again. Panda Global going to be going with more of the same. It got them all the way to the finals at BlizzCon. ABC, though, seemed to be a rock that's going to be tough to crack.
Yeah, and I think one very interesting thing here from ABC is that yesterday, when they had their matchup against Sneaky Snakes, they said that on smaller maps, they preferred the Discipline Priest over that Resto Druid. Now, however, they still picked that Resto Druid on a small map, kind of showing me that maybe Asgraf doesn't feel as comfortable on that Discipline Priest and instead going for that Resto Druid.
Yeah, I think we definitely will see that when we jump into this next game. But now, Ven Rookie, how can ABC stave this pressure coming in from the NA team? We've already seen them do it once. Is it something they can repeat here?
I think they definitely can. I'd like to see from Panda Gaming, though, you know, one Rosita Jones, he has that Nemesis, he has that Metamorphosis. I really think Rubcup needs to assist him. Rosita Jones could basically solo down Alec with sheer damage at that point, but he's just getting caught into the polymorphs over and over. If Rubcup is able to get those dispels on the polymorph, shock the Cyclones, that is going to be what Panda Global needs to secure a win.
Keep your eyes on these key plays. ABC leading by 1 here. Panda Global trying to get back into this one. It is time for game number 2.
Yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dalaran Sewers, map number 2, ABC in the lead. Europe is striking back. It's been back and forth between Europe and North America this entire tournament. And finally, we're going to be able to settle the score as the gates begin to open.
5 seconds getting game 2 underway. Can Panda Global strike back and tie up this series? Only time will tell. We'll have to see what kind of an opener they go with this game. Looks like Rosita Jones once again going to be charging in, trying to get that initial damage onto Alec. Huge pressure coming in very early on. Interrupt onto Asgrath. This is not a good start for ABC. Alec needs to be able to survive. He's kiting away. Temporal Shield was used. Just using that pillar to line of sight. Rosita Jones able to connect, though. That's the full trap onto Asgrath.
Nice
really didn't get too much. That imprisonment was very key.
That's going to deny the bonus heal from Temporal Shield. Alec will now be at half HP, and Asgrath needs to recover. Alec kiting away. Jellybeans in hot pursuit. Alec jumps downstairs, line of sighting the Hunter. Jellybeans doesn't care. He's going all out. Lands the bursting shot. Needs to snipe the trap. Doesn't look like he has it available just yet. Alec on the run. Rosita still chasing him down. Alec now displacing back, but he displaced back to Jellybeans. Jellybeans can easily start shooting away. That might end up being a mistake for Alec if he can get some damage out here. Asgrath trying to time some heals, looking to fake cast. Alec getting interrupted. It looks like Jellybeans wants to land the trap. Asgrath blinks away, but he baited him with the binding shot. Now lands a full trap. Rosita pulls the trigger. Alec times the Temporal Shield right before the burst. I don't think they have the Imprison. The Imprison, it was just 1 second away. I think Askarov was actually the one that topped him off before. And they swapped to Askarov. Suddenly a huge amount of damage over towards him. And Panda Global can keep these swaps going. That's going to be their win condition, I think.
Yeah, Askarov, no trinket, no bark skin. He's definitely an opening for Panda Global. Alec cannot find pressure. So much damage over onto Alec right now. He's trying to escape. Arcane Power was popped. Tranquility going to be coming in from Askarov to stabilize his team. But this is what I'm talking about. We need to have Rubcup there with Rosita Jones, dispelling these polymorphs, stopping these cyclones. That's going to be key, but it's so difficult. I mean, the Arcane Mage and that Demon Hunter have so much mobility. The poor Resto Shaman cannot keep up.
Yeah, if Rubcup can get in there and get some purges, Alec is vulnerable in this position with no Iron Bark on 20 seconds. Rubcup is pushing up, wind sharing the Arcane Mage. Jellybean's looking for crowd control, snipes out that trap. Rosita will connect. Now they need the damage. This is where they need the purges. They have to get an ice block. Temporal Shield, though, is going to deny the pressure, and now Jellybeans is on the back foot as Panda Global overextend. It could easily be an aspect of the turtle here. Nixie doing a ton of pressure with that strike of the Windlord. Rosita also down at about half health. Double leg sweep lands for Nixie. Askarov picks his entire team up quite easily. Iron Bark now available. Panda Global are going to be playing from behind from this point on. Rubcup caught to the polymorph. Rosita predicting the damage, drops Darkness before the Fist of Fury. Nice read by Rosita predicting that damage.
Yeah, Jellybeans is doing a phenomenal job in this game, being Rubcup's babysitter, making sure he's stopping all the follow-up crowd control to keep his team alive. Double Chaos Nova coming in from Rosita Jones. Alec trying to run away once again, but the Demon Hunter all over him. Rosita Jones looking to secure that first ice block. Alec going to be hiding away. Still has Temporal Shield. You're going to have to actually pop it. Maybe a little bit too late. Incapacitate over on Rosita Jones. Alec using that displacement to cross the entire map, but it gets lower and lower. Knight's not coming in from Jellybeans. A lot of pressure still over on Alec. He gets interrupted by Rubcup. This is beautifully done. Askarov popping out that Iron Bar, deflecting some of this incoming damage, but Alec still not getting topped off, and that imprisonment coming in from Rosita Jones doing such a good job preventing Askarov to actually top him off.
Yeah, and Jellybeans is under fire. They swap over to Rubcup. Nice swap by ABC. Completely caught off guard and completely destroyed. ABC going up 2-0 in this series.
By ABC, and it's not very often you see them get excited on stage, but right now they can smell the blood in the water. They are going to try to close this one out, but I do want to note they are not on match point yet. This one is going to be a best of 7. Now it looks like this composition is just getting worked on. Zico, you've talked about the power of Arcane Mage, but what is it about it when it is paired with this Windwalker that is making it so deadly?
It just makes it so sturdy. You can't really die that easily with a Windwalker. The Windwalker can provide you with speed buffs. The Windwalker can dispel the silence from Jellybeans. The Windwalker can stun up everybody and incapacitate whenever Jellybeans is moving in for those traps. And the fact that the Windwalker can be so disruptive, almost like a warrior, but even more mobile, is what really enables this composition. And then pair that with the fact that he has Serenity and then Arcane Power, and that they can just kind of use those every 45 seconds if they rotate, it just makes it a very deadly combination.
Let's actually take a look at some of the plays that will back that all up. Zico, what caught your eye?
So we have very, very high individual skill level going on right now, because if we go ahead and roll this clip right there, because the Askarov is caught into that trap right there, and then Alec drops that Temporal Shield, and then Rosita Jones negates that Temporal Shield healing by imprisoning him right there. And then we also have a nice double leg sweep there. And then Askarov here tries to blink away from the trap, doesn't manage to, and there Rosita Jones comes in, and the moment while he's in the air still, there's the Temporal Shield, but they still get the Askarov trinket there. Here we have another double leg sweep as well from Nixie, making sure that every single time Alec is moving around that pillar and then he comes across like that. Wait, here we got the darkness right before the stun as well. So constantly these players are just reading the situation before it happens and reacting to it preemptively. And this I really like. They sheep up or up cup, tank up all the kicks, and then there, double missiles. Follow that up with the leg sweep. Nixie as well with that late Serenity coming in to seal the deal there on Rub Cup. It's just, you just see so many small details that matter so much, because these players are constantly thinking 5 or 10 seconds ahead in the game, and that is why they're both in the finals.
It's also no question that ABC is a terrifying team. I mean, we were so close to having history. We were so close to having the first ever NA final in any BlizzCon game. Like, that has never happened before. ABC, the team that is able to end that run for NA, for Method Synergy, and now they are here on the main stage looking incredible with 2 wins in their back pocket. They're only going to need 2 more to do it. They almost fell apart as a team as well. Alec, not having the best run last year back in 2016, finally decides to come back with this squad. His team pulls him out. They're looking absolutely insane. They're playing against Panda Global, and everyone has counted this team out again and again.
You know, I was sitting backstage and Panda Global was watching the last series against Method Synergy, and Panda Global was ecstatic that ABC won. They were more terrified of Method Synergy overall as a team, but now at this point, when they were cheering and laughing backstage about their opponents, I don't think they're laughing anymore, as ABC are looking to be almost unbeatable.
The thing is, though, as we've counted them out so many times before, I don't think 2 games is something that can hold this team back. They may be able to jump back in their map selection. Going to be Ruins of Lordaeron. We're going to tighten it up. We're going to bring it up real nice and close. ABC, with this knowledge, going to pick their composition vendor.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if they decide to go with that Discipline Priest. We've seen them do that before, going with that Windwalker Arcane Mage, but bringing the Discipline Priest on this smaller map, Alex not going to have those hots to really kite around as effectively on this smaller map. So just having the sheer healing coming in from that Priest can be beneficial, but they have looked so solid on that Druid, Arcane Mage, Windwalker. So far in this tournament, I really feel like they've hit their stride, and Panda Global has to figure something out.
Now, Zico, you were the one who actually highlighted that first, that they like to play that Discipline Priest on the smaller map. Do you think that they will actually break it out here?
I think they're going to stick with the, oh, never mind. They are going to go ahead and pick that Discipline Priest, a smaller map. I do like that. My biggest question now is, yesterday we saw Asgraf running that Dark Archangel, which gives you that extra punch in the opener, and later on every 1 minute. Do you think that they will still be running that Dark Archangel, or do you think that they're just going to play a little bit more standard Vendor?
Well, I think it's a very dangerous decision. I mean, Alec on the Arcane Mage, Nixie on the Windwalker Monk. If they decide to do an all-in onto Rubcub, they can definitely kill a Shaman in the opener with those very powerful offensive cooldowns. The problem with Dark Archangel is that once that's gone, it doesn't have as much healing. It's going to be very difficult with Rosita Jones and Jellybeans with the amount of pressure they've been able to put out in those first 2 games. I don't know if he's going to be able to heal through it and afford to drop that Archangel.
You'd also be putting an all-in strategy straight into North America, who just seems to be excelling at these all-in strategies. We've seen EU being really good at taking it to the late game, sometimes trying to play dampening, playing more defensive, waiting for slight errors to come in. Now, Super Cheese, do you think that's going to be the rhythm still? All-in coming in from North America, and then ABC trying to stave it off.
Ooh. You know what? When you're in trouble, you bring in the Wallabear. Let's see how Wallabear is going to perform in these finals. He's been sitting in back seat, but he's going to be stepping into the driver's seat for this one. Jungle Cleave on Ruins of Lordaeron. There is nowhere you can hide as a mage. Let's see if Panda Global can keep up their aggression.
That is not a situation you want to be in on the main stage, trying to find shelter from Wallabear on Ruins of Lordaeron. This may be where Panda Global is able to turn it around and pick up a game for themselves. But we do know ABC has probably thought about this strategy quite a bit, has probably thought about the Jungle Cleave, because they already have had to play against the Sneaky Snakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that ABC already having some experience in this matchup can be very, very big for them. And I actually think that they should be running that Dark Archangel, because the jungle tends to kill you in those crowd control setups. Outside of those setups, you're not going to be in a whole world of trouble if you're Alec, and if he keeps kiting the way he's been doing. I think that they can actually afford to run it. And the good thing about this is that you can actually go in and get a really, really big opener on the Hunter, forcing him to be more defensive. And Panda Global tends to be the team that likes to run offense. So we'll see how that works.
One of the other things, though, Zico, that I do want to follow up with is this Arcane Mage into this composition. How strong do you think it'll be?
I think the Arcane Mage can be very susceptible, but it's key for Rubcub to be running at Alec basically the entirety of this game and holding down that purge button. We want to see bleeds on Alec from Wallabear the entirety of the game, and then just tons and tons of damage and purges. That's their win condition. This is a quick game either way, no matter who wins.
Well, it's time to see, will Wallabear be able to guide Panda Global to a win against ABC?
Yeah, ABC are boldly going to be playing the Dark Archangel from Asgaroth. I think that's a smart play. When you're 2 up in the series, bring a heavy, hard-hitting, aggressive play to try and close out to the final match. And Panda Global is going to have to be on their tippy toes to survive this initial assault.
Yeah, but Panda Global known for getting super aggressive in these matchups. Wallabear's topping that Incarnation, doing a ton of damage. So wait for that moment. That's when they're going to want to get really aggressive. Alec in invisibility right now, looking for some crowd control. Maybe he'll be able to find it on the Rubcub.
All right, we can see Nixie pulling the trigger. Dark Angel pop, tons of damage, huge pressure, 1 shot, 1 kill. ABC up 3-0 in this series, 1 win away from 4-0ing Panda Global.
In NA.
This is what I'm talking about. if you run that Dark Archangel against a Hunter, you have that mass invis sheep from stealth, and we know that Rubcup likes to run that electrocute talent, so there's no grounding totem to counter that play. Then when you land that sheep, you just have to be very, very reliant on Nixie stunning up Jellybean's trinket before that deterrence. And if you're not experienced as a hunter with this type of one-shot, then you are going to be caught off guard, as we just saw right now. This was a beautifully planned game coming from ABC, and you know, this was just textbook.
Now, I have said a few times today that you can't count Panda Global out until it's over, but this is definitely the worst situation that they could have found themselves in, and this is definitely the most dire. Let's take a look at that last game and just see how quickly, honestly, the replay may just be even the whole match. That one was over real quick, Zico.
Yeah, so right now, the key things that have happened so far in the match is that Alec has successfully avoided that flare. So that means that he can take his time now and move over to Rubcup. And as you can see here, he's already activated that mass invisibility if you look to your center left of your screen. And then now he's casting a polymorph, which is uninterruptible. So that's why Rubcup actually tanks this poly. If you go ahead and roll the clip. So there it is, full poly onto Rubcup. Then he blinks forward so he can use his orb. And then Walla Bear comes in there with the stun, immediately trinketed. And then Jellybeans actually trinket slightly after the stun. Nixie quick with the restun on that trinket. Don't let that slow motion fool you. And then there it is. The Serenity, the Arcane Power, just taking him down in 1 second with that Palm Arcane Blast, doing tons of damage.
Now we want to know what you guys at home think. Are you going to side with ABC or against all odds? Are you going to put your chips on Panda Global? This is going to be a really tough one, but you can jump on into Twitch chat, hashtag ABC or hashtag PG. It's pretty tough to type that hashtag PG right now.
I don't think we've had a stomp like this in the grand finals for quite some time. It actually almost always goes to game 7. Panda Global could surprise us. I gave them a 0.01% chance to take the tournament earlier. They slayed the gods, Method Triforce themselves earlier on. So with that 0.01% chance, they might be able to create a miracle here and swing this series 4 back.
I mean, either way, you're going home as legends. They just cut down one of the toughest teams we have ever seen in World of Warcraft esports. Let's see if they can keep the dream alive. We're going to jump to a quick break. Let them get ready. But when we return, we're going to be crowning our champion.
The 2017 World of Warcraft Arena World Championship is brought to you in part by Republic of Gamers, Intel, T-Mobile, and NVIDIA.
We are on match point. ABC just needs one more here to be your new BlizzCon champions. My name is Rich Campbell. I am your host, and joining me to cast this grand final, we have Venruki and Super Cheese. And then for his expert analysis, we have broken out the Mage King, Zico, on the edge of this desk. Before we jump in, do you think ABC is going to be able to close it out here?
I don't know. The first game was definitely not really telling in the jungle matchup versus the Windwalker Mage. I think that the jungle will be doing better if Jellybeans kind of just respects the one-shot potential there and just instantly trinkets, uses his deterrence, and then Wallabear is actually going to be able to put out a lot of pressure on that Mage. So I definitely think it's not going to be one-sided. I'm going to give Panda Global definitely at least one game, especially now on their map pick. They can still pick a small map as well. So
yeah, I mean, the question is, too, do we see Wallabear broken out again?
I wonder if Panda Global are going to crack and play some questionable comps or stick to their mains. But I kind of know how Panda Global feel right now. I'm surrounded by Arcane Mages on the desk. I bet they're feeling surrounded right now by Alec. His swap over to Arcane has definitely been profitable to get them all the way to this point. They're one win away from doubling down on their money and being the BlizzCon champions of 2017.
We are about to jump into this game as well. Give it up for both of these teams. All right, casters, I think they're ready. Let's jump on in.
Yeah, ABC has been taking everyone to school in this tournament. Can they close out this grand finals with a clean sweep? Panda Global on that jungle fleet going to be looking to stop their reign. Get back in this series, we'll have to see.
Yeah, do you call ABC or animal control to get rid of this pest control problem for Panda Global? Because it seems like they're just going to get stomped out. Jellybeans, Walla, and Rub Cup need to keep a level head here. It's their last opportunity. Can they pull this series back 4 in a row, or will ABC crush them outright? Wallabear leading the charge, waiting for his stun. He wants to make sure Jellybeans can back him up. Now landing the bash. Jellybeans moves in, lands the trap, but Alec is already on the run. Nixie peels them away. Serenity popped. Rub Cup needs to be ready. Tons of damage potentially here. Good peels from Jellybeans, getting Nixie off of Walla's back. Walla has survived the initial onslaught of that Serenity threat, and now with that out of the way, they need to go, go, go.
Yeah, Earthen Shield Totem used by Rub Cup there, deflecting that initial Serenity. Another Incapacitate onto Wallabear. Nixie doing an excellent job in this game on that Windwalker Monk, making sure to get a lot of control over on the Wallabear. Mark of Aluminum can be cast out by Alec onto Wallabear, so he could be in a little bit of trouble now into the full bash. He actually has his Trinket, but opting not to use it. A lot of bursts on the Wallabear right now. Rub Cup able to get some heals. The Incapacitate on the Rub Cup. Wallabear getting lower and lower. Trinkets out. Potentially a little bit too late, using that Survival Instinct as well, so that delay on that Trinket may have caused that overlap in defensive cooldowns.
Oh man, Alec just looks untouchable. Look at him navigating the map. Finally, Wallabear finds a moment to strike. Rub Cup landing a stun. Alex still, though, on the run behind the Tiger statue. Asgroth displacing back to his side. Nixie in a 1v3 over here. I'd like to see maybe switch some damage to him, get Asgroth to switch the Hots over, spend some more mana. This is obviously going to be a longer match with the way Alec is kiting this out and extending the match. Rub Cup, Jellybeans, Wallabear looking like they want to move across the map. Rub Cup, though, needs to be careful. He got erased on Dalaran Sewers. If he positions badly, the same could happen here.
Yeah, Wallabear using that Incarnation and really not getting too much done. Nixie with the Serenity, putting a lot of pressure over onto Jellybeans. Full bash onto Rub Cup. Jellybeans can be able to survive with that Exhilaration. That's a full trap onto Asgroth, though he has no Trinket available. Alec needs to make sure he's kiting away. Uses that invisibility for damage reduction. Excellently done by Alec. He has a Temporal Shield as well. True Shot Aura is going to be popped by Jellybeans. Panda Global committing a lot of offensive cooldowns and really not getting too much done.
Yeah, that Temporal Shield was perfectly timed by Alec. You can tell that he's ready to take this series cut and clean. Everything to perfection. Asgroth trying to displace away from the trap. Jellybeans mind gaming him. Now catching him into the bursting shots, into the full trap. Nice play by Jellybeans, but now he's on the back foot. Nixie putting it to him. Walla can't chase after the Mage. He's going to go after the Monk instead, and I actually like this play. I feel like the Arcane Mage is almost untouchable. They need to stop overextending at this point, or they're going to end up throwing the match. Walla's trying to chase them down. He's got both of them in his sights, just dotting them up. Asgroth reconnecting. The whole team dipping low here. Asgroth with a well-timed artifact, though. Should boost that AoE healing. Now Alec looking to turn up the heat. Popping dropping that arcane power. What can he get done? Walla stuns him. Alec trinkets out, blinking back to the pillar. Alec really not getting too much done with this arcane power. Nixie trying to force some pressure though with the Fists of Fury. Serenity available. Rubcub's team is all below half. He's in desperation to recover. Ascendance popped, healing boosted, and now Panda Global have stabilized. Need to keep a level head, man. This is the entire tournament on this match.
Yeah, leg sweep onto Wallabear. ABC still trying to pressure down their team for this. They've been all over the place. Panda Global needs to definitely be on their toes as all three of them are a great target. Asgrath getting pressured down though. That's going to be the Bark Skin. So Bark Skin, no trinks available for Asgrath. Panda Global may have found an opening. We've seen them slay Resto Druids in the past. Nixie getting lower and lower as well. Asgrath having a difficult time topping off his team. Alec trying to kite away, but Wallabear's all over him, chasing him down. Alec still kiting away on that Arcane Mage. Wild Growth going to be coming in from Asgrath. Wallabear actually missing that interrupt there, unfortunately for him, so that's big healing coming in from Asgrath.
Yeah, Alex still the primary target here as Jellybeans is crowd controlling Asgrath behind the pillar. Full trap has landed. Asgrath opting to trinket out. Will the trinket be enough on its own, or will Alec have to ice block? Kites away another temporal shield. Perfectly timed. Wall is overextending. He was aware of that right away. Comes back to Rubcub. Now moving the opposite direction to reconnect to Alec. Alec's instant dispel on that silence. Really well timed by ABC. Now he can easily kite away. The split pressure though is costing Asgrath some mana. If they can force more wild growth casts. Asgrath looking for some cyclones. Gets shut down. Jellybean's looking to try and trap, but Nixie peels him away with a Fist of Fury. Can Asgrath escape the crowd control? Looks like he's managed to get away, slip away from that trap. Jellybeans is still the primary target. Panda Global are still in it defensive cooldown-wise. Mana-wise, they're not looking too good, and ABC are looking to run the clock.
And Wallabear has that incarnation. Jellybeans has the true shot over those two major offensive cooldowns. Alec or Asgrath could be in a lot of trouble. They may make that Resto Druid swap once again. They could do an all-in because he does not have that trinket available. Incapacitate onto Wallabear, polymorph onto Jellybeans. ABC's realizes they might be in trouble right now, trying to slow down this game. Rubcub getting soloed right now by Nixie, who has that touch of death. He has the Serenity. That's the full bash on Asgrath into the full trap. Alex still kiting away, committing the arcane power onto Rubcub. Rubcub realizing the situation, immediately using that astral shift, but they might be able to just shred through. That's the full leg sweep onto Rubcub. If they can get a follow-up stun, could be in big trouble. Going to be throwing out that Spirit Link totem. Alec getting lower and lower. That is the ice block coming in from Alec. Big cooldowns coming out from both teams.
Yeah, Alec got aggressive there, and Panda Global punished him. Rubcub, though, still getting trained down now into the polymorph as they look for a swap. Wallace Trinkets responds instantly to those arcane missiles coming out. He got fake cast on the Skull Bash. Nice play by Alec. He gets another polymorph. Wallabear still going to be on the back foot. Can Rubcub restabilize in this position? It must be so devastating mentally to be so low on mana and trying to keep your team going. They have a couple more opportunities. If they can get another good crowd control chain before 10 seconds has elapsed, Asgrath will have no trinket. Jellybeans needs to be laser focused. He's moving in. He lands the stun. He lands the trap, but Asgrath read the crowd control. He pre-ironbarked before running into the stun, and as a result, Alec takes 0 damage.
Yeah, he is doing such a good job displacing once again to the middle of the map, blinking back to the safety of his healer. Alex has been doing an insane job in this matchup. Jellybeans caught in the stun. Really not too much damage is going to be found. That is a nice bursting shot coming in from Jellybeans, slowing it out. Actually, Rubcub
he got one tick.
Immediately gets stopped. Alec now caught into that silence. Good job by Jellybeans interrupting Asgrath, getting that silence onto Alex as well. Bash onto Wallabear, into a Fist of Fury stun to interrupt onto Rubcub. ABC looking to close out this game with the full polymorph. Wallabear into that bear form, trying to tank out some of this damage. Arcane power almost available for Alex. That might be exactly what he needs to close out this game.
Yeah, Rubcub needs to pop that Ascendant soon. His entire team is dipping dangerously low. He's trying to play it greedy right now. I really don't like that play. Jellybeans is so low. Rubcub's trying to fake cast the interrupts. He's in a difficult mind game against Alec right now to get these healing waves. He manages to land a couple. Alec now on the run, retreating back behind the pillar. Another well-timed temporal, though, will deny the kill yet again. Arcane power pop. Walla overextended. Full clone has been landed, and ABC are looking to get a clean 4-0. Walla gets Vortex back into line of sight. Barely hanging on. Rubcub doing everything in his power to keep Walla in this fight, and he doesn't. Walla stays alive.
Excellently done there by Panda Global. Rubcub gets interrupted, though. Wallabear still in a lot of trouble. Panda Global looking to turn around this pressure over onto Alex. Still no ice block available for another 2 minutes. Panda Global does have some offensive cooldowns coming up. That's a full trap onto Asgrath. He trinkets out of that. Realizing they could be in trouble, wants to stay ahead. Wallabear getting lower and lower, though. This is the true shot aura coming in from Jellybeans. Alex needs to be able to kite away. Wallabear, though, in a lot of trouble as well. This is do or die for Panda Global.
Yeah, Wallabear needs 20 seconds on Incarnation. That's going to be his last shot at finding victory. Asgrath denying the kill, cycloning Walla up. ABC are just looking to run the clock. They're playing it safe. They're avoiding the damage. They went all in on 3rd game, 4th game. They're playing it safe. Walla caught in the stun lock. There's nothing left for him. Can Rubcub do it again? Missiles are flying. Healing wave after healing last legs. Can they connect or will they fall?
Asgroth now into the binding shot. If they can land that full trap, Alec needs to be able to kite away. He's caught into the silence right now, still just preemptively line of sighting. Wallabear has to chase him down, but he is in so much trouble. No more survival instincts. Incarnation available. He gets stunned up behind the pillar. Serenity has been popped. So much damage coming in, but that Spirit Wing Totem from Rubcup will keep him alive.
Yeah, and Wallabear needs to get something going. He's had Incarnation available for so long, but he's been on the back foot. He's going to pull the trigger. Can he do enough damage to kill Alec is the question. Catching him into the stun block. Walla has to go all in. He jumps behind the pillar. It's all or nothing at this point. Rubcup jumps in. Jellybeans moves forward, but they just can't keep up with Alec. Alec's kiting is insane. They're doing their best. Walla stampeding back to the target. No cooldowns for Alec. If they can connect for any amount of time, he will fall. He uses the greater invis, gets the damage reduction. It's not going to be enough. Walla's going all in. Now caught behind the pillar though, and Rubcup has nothing. How is he going to keep him alive? Rubcup does it again. He keeps Walla alive. Alec getting stolen by Jellybeans. Walla jumps over for the stun. Alec is still on the run, barely hanging on. Blinks back in line side Jelly. Bursting shot connects. Panda Glovemarker almost there.
Ice block comes back
Ice block again. Man, they were so close.
Silence over onto Asgroth though as they turn their attention over on him. We are at 25% dampening. How has Rubcup kept his team alive? I don't know if he can hold on much longer. Asgroth looking for the Cyclone. He gets interrupted. Full stun onto Jellybeans. Trinketing out of that. Doesn't want to take too much unnecessary damage. That's the full trap onto Asgroth. They got his Spark Skin as well. Full polymorph onto Rubcup. Jellybeans looking to survive a little bit longer. Rubcup still spamming out those healing waves, keeping his team alive.
How is he keeping his team alive? Counterspell lands, but they're still going. They're still chasing him down in defiance to find this kill. Jellybeans jumps on top. Alec blinks away. Asgroth is desperately trying to keep up. Nixon peels him away. Serenity pops. Arcane power available. ABC have one big punch left to throw back at Panda Global, and Rubcup has no mana to deal with it.
Yeah, Alec putting a lot of pressure on it. Wallabear though, survival instincts has been popped. Once that fades, he's in so much trouble. Incapacitate on Rubcup. Alec using the arcane power. They want to win this series 4-0. Full Cyclone onto Wallabear though. Asgroth now caught into that full trap. Alec once again preemptively running away, just making it impossible for Panda Global to take him down.
Panda Global are fighting this out valiantly, but I think they have just ran out of time. ABC have ran the clock. Wallabear literally has nothing left. Rubcup just spamming as many heals as he can, but with dampening so high, Wallabear can't even recover. Can Walla find the kill? Asgroth blinks away. Alec looks untouchable. Walla's dipping low. He can't afford to go in. He's caught no hard places. There's nothing left. Rubcup doing his best, but there's nothing left in the tank. Walla's trying to run away, trying to stay alive as long as possible to buy his team any sort of opportunity, but everybody is dead. ABC are in the driver's seat as Nixie is going to close this. I can't believe this. Rubcup is still defiantly keeping Walla alive, but finally Serenity connects and ABC clean sweep the finals.
ABC serves up the hot 4-0. Give it up for the new champions of the world. You can dethrone the king, but you cannot cause Europe to fall. They are the best region in the world, and they do it perfectly in one of the most convincing BlizzCons we had ever seen. Give it up one more time for ABC. What beautiful play. Rubcup didn't need no stinking mana, but at the end, they managed to close it out. Beautifully played on both sides, but ABC is undeniably the best team in the world and our champions of the World of Warcraft Arena World Championship 2017.
Absolutely phenomenal performance coming out of ABC, playing to their win conditions. This game was super close. That final ice block coming up in the nick of time, saving Alec in a seemingly impossible situation where he would have to survive. Absolutely phenomenal job coming out of these guys, and absolutely can't count out Panda Global either. What a great team. What a Cinderella story. All the way to the finals, they managed to ride out that hype train. So you got to give it up for Panda Global as well. Absolutely great World of Warcraft PvP today.
The fact that they made it here is just so insane. They were counted out time and time again. You even look at how the team was formed. Look at the story that happened with Rubcup. Almost just left with no team. He puts this team together, and they're absolutely insane. And I hope that they stay together. I hope we see them up on this stage again next year, but you have to give it up for ABC. These guys are just so insane. The entire year we've been looking at them. This was their year. They played so many different compositions to get here. They are one of the most flexible teams we have ever seen, but they get to do it ultimately with Alec on the mage.
Yeah, ABC, like I said, taking everyone to school at this BlizzCon. Alec on that mage, winning BlizzCon. He is the second mage ever to win BlizzCon in history, doing an incredible job. And you can see just how happy these guys are.
Take them all, boys. Those are all yours. You have earned it. Give it up one more time for your world champion. Absolutely beautiful play coming out from them as well. Words cannot even describe how much they deserved it. A perfect series coming out from them. A 4-0 victory, Venruki.
Yeah, it was textbook, honestly. Playing that Windwalker, Arcane Mage, Resto Druid, they figured it out to perfection.
Man, take the podiums too, take the whole stage. You have earned it all. You are officially the champions. Just so impressive on the BlizzCon main stage as well. I still cannot believe it, and I am so happy to see them here. This team has worked so hard to make it up here, but what a crazy year it was. The competition stiffer than ever before. We have just seen so many teams. We look at the top 6, any of them could have won BlizzCon. This new point system, though, was something that these guys really thrived in. I think when we actually look at the big picture, they were just one of the teams that was primed to take the whole thing.
Absolutely. I mean, they had such a rocky road as well coming here. They lost 3-2 narrowly earlier this week against the Sneaky Snakes. They managed to come back to the drawing board, figure out a new way to come back, and they managed to do it big. And that is the sign of a champion. If you manage to lose, if you manage to bring it back, that is what a champion needs to be able to do. And they did it valiantly.
Well, now we have Bajira on the floor with our champions. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hey, thanks, Rich. I am standing by with our new World of Warcraft Arena World Champions, ABC. Give it up for them one more time, guys. Show them some love. What an amazing story that you guys have had. I think that your story is a big tale of redemption. I feel like, Alec, you nearly walked away, but then your buddies pulled you back in. And I know that this win means a lot to you guys, because obviously not only are you guys the best team in the world, but you guys, I understand, are good friends. How much does that factor in to your success? What does that mean to you guys?
That we won BlizzCon. It means so much. We never thought we would just come and win. Like, no team that wins BlizzCon, except maybe Metro Triforce, they thought a couple times they would win, but no team that wins BlizzCon think they're gonna win BlizzCon. So it's insane that we actually won. It feels so good. We're back.
Yeah, you guys definitely are back, but absolutely dominant performance in that final. Let me scoot over here and talk to Alec just for a moment here, because Alec, this is a story that we've talked to you about quite a bit. Nearly walked away from the game, and these guys pulled you back in. When they said, Alec, we can do this, is this what you had in mind, standing on this stage as a BlizzCon champion?
Honestly, I never expected this. Placing second in Cologne actually was a surprise. I was like, wow, my team's really good. I barely played that. And then for BlizzCon, I had mixed feelings. Method Triforce is such a powerhouse. We knew they were the team to beat, and yeah, wow. I'm without words. I never expected this. This is unbelievable.
I imagine that speechlessness is a perfectly fine response to becoming the new BlizzCon champion. I'll talk to Nixie just for one moment. Because Nixie, you played out of your mind on multiple classes, played Rogue, played Monk, played Warrior. I feel like you definitely had a standout performance here, and you definitely seemed fired up on stage. What does this win mean to you, man?
It means everything to me. We had no expectations when we came here. It's my first BlizzCon. We literally wouldn't believe we would win ever, but it happened. I don't know, I'm speechless as well. I can't believe it.
And Kara, look a little emotional over here, man. And this is a story that we've heard as well with you, is that you've come close before. Didn't quite get it done. You teamed up with these guys, and now you are on stage as the BlizzCon champion you always knew that you could be. How does that feel?
Feels really good. Feels really good. I got lucky. I got carried so much. I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
I definitely can agree with the part that you are a bit lucky, but not that you got carried. I saw that Hunter gameplay. That was pretty standout stuff right there. You definitely had a strong performance. And one last thing is, obviously you guys had a ton of people hanging out with you guys today in the crowd. You've got a lot of support from around the world. Do you have anything to say for your fans watching from home?
I don't know, thank you to all my friends, like shout out to all the people in my Battle.net friends, and shout out to our player manager Chase, he was great, whole event. And that's it.
Well, fantastic. We're gonna let you guys bask in the glory of your new BlizzCon World Champion titles. But for here down on the stage, definitely want to thank everybody who was watching here in attendance today. You guys are fantastic. The energy all day long was amazing. Everybody watching from at home, from around the world, you guys are tremendous. Events like this and moments like this are because of the support that we've gotten from the World of Warcraft community around the world. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching. And until next BlizzCon, we'll see you in Azeroth. Thanks for watching, guys.